Hello again everyone, welcome to another Game of the Week on NZBlokes.co.nz with me, Dave, as we take a look at another Xbox One exclusive. This week it's off to ancient times and all manner of hack and slash action with the visual feast that is RYSE, Son of Rome. The premise of this game is about as straightforward as it gets. You play a Roman legionnaire called Marius Titus and the game takes place during the peak of the Roman Empire's might. A barbarian revolt in Britannia is causing trouble for the Emperor and you find yourself right in the middle of it in almost no time at all. Naturally there are a few twists and turns along the way, but the developers have done a good job of not making the plotline too convoluted and unnecessarily complex. It flows well and fits the feel of the game. Graphically, this game is a blockbuster, and you'd expect nothing less from the team behind the RYSE franchise of games. The locations are diverse, beautifully detailed and rendered, and there's no shortage of moments when you'll simply stop for a moment to drink it all in, even in the midst of a particularly bloody battle. This game doesn't run at a native 1080p, instead opting for a 1600 by 900 resolution with a 30 frames per second refresh rate, but that honestly doesn't matter in a game like this. The sense of grandeur that you get from the locations and effects in this game is epic in scale. One thing that I do feel could be improved on here though is the number of enemy character models in this game. They could do with some bolstering as there's only a handful and you do get to meet them a lot. Gameplay wise, the developers have taken a less is more approach. There are a couple of fundamentals that you are taught early on in the game with regards to parrying and attacks, and then it's all up to you. The idea is not to use hundreds of different combos in the game, but to string together a chain of perfect attack and execution moves. When you consider that this can be achieved with only 3 or 4 buttons, you'll be surprised at the depth and variety of play that you'll find here. There are a number of quick time events when you kick off executions on opponents, as well as specific instances where you will decide how your soldiers are deployed in a given battle, as well as a number of boss fights. All of this adds up to a game that is action-packed and compelling, if a little repetitive at times. Your character progression is achieved through experience point gaining and leveling up. When you reach a new level, you can spend your experience points on enhanced abilities, damage output or other character attributes. You do have the option of microtransactions to top up your character abilities here, but thankfully they are 100% optional and not at all necessary. All in all, RYSE, Son of Rome is a beautiful, well-crafted game that really shows you what can be done with the next generation of console hardware. Pair this game with a big screen HD TV and a surround sound system and you'll be happy, trust me. It's not perfect, but considering that this is one of the first releases for the Xbox One, to me it announces the true arrival of the much heralded next generation of visuals that gamers have really been looking forward to. I'm going to rate this 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for listening blokes, this has been Dave.